Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to do a little bit more practice with some time intervals, and we are going to look at our page 83. Before we look at this page, let's quickly review our AM and PM. So, AM means ante-meridiem in Latin. It means before noon. So anytime we're talking about AM, that would be in the morning time or in the time that we're kind of still sleeping, really early in the morning. And PM, post meridium, means after noon or after midday. So we can kind of remember P means past, so sort of past noon for today. All right. And let's take a look at textbook page 83. Here we have some sample problems for us. It says a test started at 10:40 a.m. So in the morning at 10:40 a.m. It kind of showed us what that looks like here. It ended at 11:10 a.m. How long did it last? So we can think about, well, how many minutes are there from 10:40 a.m. in the morning until 11:10 a.m. also in the morning? So again, we're just going to do the same thing that we've been doing, practicing counting by fives. So if it starts at 10:40 and it ends at 11:10, well, we can think about, okay, I know it's going to start at 10:40, and you can use either one of these clocks to practice. You could do this one, and then you could stop at 11:10, or you could come over here and think, oh, I know it started here at the 8. So the minute hand was at the 8, and then I can count by fives all the way to 11:10. Or you might notice that the 8 and the 2 are right across from each other. So we're going halfway around the circle. So a half an hour has passed, 30 minutes. Of course, you can always count by fives though. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, so 30 minutes have passed. Let's take a look at another one. It says a television program started at 7:35 p.m. So that would be in the evening, post meridium, afternoon and evening, and lasted 1 hour. What time did the program end? So we can think about, well, if it started at 7:35, what time is 1 hour after? And 1 hour after means it goes around the clock one time. And so if it starts at 7:35, 1 hour later would be 8:35. So the program ended at 8:35 p.m. And the last sample problem we're going to look at today, it says John took 30 minutes to do his homework. He started at 8:15 p.m. So in the evening. Ooh, that's pretty late to start your homework, isn't it? When did he finish doing his homework? So we can think about, let's see, he started at 8:15. There it is. And he did his homework for 30 minutes. So we could count by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and we would end up on the 9. Or we could also think about, well, I know 30 minutes is halfway across the circle, halfway around, and that would be at the 9. And when the longhand is on the 9, that's 45. So he would finish at 8:45 p.m. That would be a half an hour later. All right. Your homework for today is pages 126 to 127. Let's take a look at what those look like. Here they are. All right. So we are practicing telling some time using AM and PM today. So it says here the time is 4:15 a.m. Ooh, that would be when we're all still asleep. That would be really, really early in the morning. 20 minutes later, it will be, so let's see, they've showed us 4:15, 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 minutes later, it's going to be 4:35 a.m. So it will still be in the a.m. So make sure when you're writing this one, you write 4:35 a.m. All right, let's see. Now this one, the time is 11:35 p.m. Ooh, that would be pretty late in the evening. That would be probably when we are sleeping at 11:30 in the evening. So post meridian in the afternoon. This would be way afternoon. Actually, very close to midnight. And midnight is 12 o'clock, and that is actually when it changes back to AM. So this is quite late at night. 15 minutes later, it will be, well, let's see. Here's 11:35, 5, 10, 15. Oh, wait, 5, 10, 15. Yep. So we would stop here at the 10. So it would be 11:50, still in the PM. 11:50 PM. Very close to midnight, though. And at midnight, it changes to 12 o'clock AM. And that is midnight. All right. So we'll do a little practice on this. Let's go to the next page. Maybe let's look at just a couple of these before we go. How about, so these, it looks like all of the ones on this page are how many hours later it would be. So I think we're going to just have to be careful with, well, let's look at a couple of these. It says the time is 7:10 p.m. 5 hours later, it will be. So if we start at 7:10 p.m. and we think about if we go around another hour, it's going to be 8:10 p.m. Use my fingers, and then 9:10 p.m. 10:10, 11:10, 12:10. So that's going to be 5 hours later. It's going to be 12:10. But because we've gotten to the 12 and we were already in the PM, we've gone past midnight. So this one would be 12:10 a.m. So that's going to be kind of the tricky part to think about. Is it still in the PM? When we go past the 12 is when it changes from PM to AM or AM to PM. So just be careful if we go past the 12. We've got to be careful. So this one, we're also going to go past the 12. If we start something at 10:55 p.m., so quite late at night, and we're going to go past the 12, so we're going to have to change this. 10:55 p.m., 4 hours later. So let's see, that would be 11:55, 12:55, 1:55, 2:55. Ooh, that would be 2:55 a.m. So now we're kind of in the middle of the night. We're all sleeping at this time. So that would be kind of the tricky part is when you pass the 12, it changes. If you're in the PM and you go past 12, it's going to change to AM. If you're in the AM and you go past 12, it's going to change to PM. So that would kind of be the tricky part about this one. So maybe before we go, I'm going to make one more note like we talked about today. If it is 12, let's say 12 o'clock a.m., another way to say 12 o'clock a.m. is midnight. If you are wondering which one is midnight and which one is noon, that would be 12 o'clock a.m. is midnight, 12 o'clock p.m. is noon. So that would be some other helpful information for us to do our homework for today. All right. Have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions or you need any help. I am here to help. And I hope you have a great day. Bye, mathematicians.